You know, I want to tell you guys about something really interesting today, which is related to trends. And before we get into that, once again, Assalamu alaikum everybody. This is me, Muhammad Hasnain, once again with all of you people today. As I was saying in the introduction, trends. It's a really unique concept, and it's actually a concept that is actually changing all of, media and all of everything itself. The way we live, the way we walk, the way we eat, the way we speak, all of these things are reflecting the trends we follow and the different ideologies we hold. And you know something really interesting? English is one of the most modern and one of the most advanced languages. And English also follows the same thing, which is trends. Each and every single day, you're going to be seeing a different version of the English language and a different form of vocabulary come out. Things that didn't even hold meaning in the past are now going to be whole different words, and they are going to be holding whole different meanings. And it's kind of an interesting thing to see how much of a change it's bringing out, because each time vocabulary is constantly changing. Each time sentences are constantly changing. Things that we would have called gibberish even a year or two ago now hold absolute meaning when we are using it. Words that were previously called, kind of stupid and kind of not actually real words are now actually being called real words. And it's kind of very amazing in my perception. In a language like English, you've got to be on the top. You've got to be very updated. And that is something that I'm going to be talking about today. It's very important to keep up with trends when you're learning a language. Any language, may it be as cultural, as historical, or as important as, any other language, or any language that is very modern or advanced like the English, it's always going to be following some sorts of trends. For example, I speak Urdu, Pashto, all of those languages. And from, English, we kind of took a few words. And now we have our own, a way of saying a few English words that we have incorporated into our own language in our daily way of speaking. So say the formal Urdu or formal Pashto is very different from what Pashto or Urdu we speak. And that's something really interesting, because even though we don't think that, say, a language like Urdu or a language like Pashto is going to be affected by national, international level trends, it does get affected. And it's kind of, unconsciously we are using those words. When you're learning English, I've noticed students who just unconsciously use English language words anyways, even if they know the meaning of those words or not. I myself, when I was younger, when I was speaking English, there were a few words that just felt good to use, that there were just a few words that felt nice to say. And it was a really interesting experience, because I didn't know even the meaning of those words, but I could just imagine what it meant. And that's pretty much how any other language goes. Any language follows trends. Any language follows a few different guidelines, and one of them is advancing. Whatever thing does not advance, it cannot go forth, and that is why we should also advance. Now, coming towards how we can keep up with trends. First of all, if you are going for the dictionaries, you still won't be finding good ones, because English language is changing just constantly. So, and instead of just being chronically online, or instead of just having like a dictionary to use for every single word, what you should do is find out different words and try to incorporate them into your own vocabulary. Try to incorporate them into your own way of speaking. And maybe that can help you, because personally, I guess myself, I don't really need to use these words forcefully, because I'm somehow able to keep up with the trends. I'm somehow able to keep up with everything that's going on online, or everything that's going on in real life, everything that's just going on as a whole. And honestly speaking, it's kind of nice in my perception, since I don't have to put in the effort. But I believe you guys can also do the same. But if you're facing issues, you can also always try, memorize, learn, just like any other vocabulary word that you might do. So what you can do is find those words, then take out their meaning, then use that meaning to find their synonyms, antonyms, and then again use them in sentences, so you can find a way for their uses. That's pretty much it for today. Thank you so much for watching. This was more of a, my own personal experience with English language, kind of in the modern era, in the growing age, and in the different, modern timeline that is going on currently. So that was just kind of my experience with it. Do you guys enjoy the new English language and its tactics that have come out, or do you guys prefer the old or nice or Shakespearean English even? So make sure to tell me in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, and Allah Hafiz.